Hey guys, Oliver here. So today we're gonna this is a level building tutorial, and I'm just gonna show you some decoration and stuff like that. So I'm gonna start with the basics. So you wanna select a song, obviously. If this is like, you might already know this because it's like pretty basic, but if you don't, just follow along. You can select your background. You can select your background here, the background colors here, the line of the object color here. So I want to keep it white for right now, but yeah, the object color here, then 3D line, which you probably won't need, and then here are all of your color channels, which you will definitely need. So you can go ahead and set like color channels. So this is color. So basically you can set any object to these colors. So I'm gonna do like blue just because it's my favorite color, then like light blue. The colors are pretty simple, and yeah, and this is where you find all of that. So now you can set your game mode. Can do cube, ship, ball, UFO, wave, robot, and spider. I'm gonna do cube just for the simple things. And you can select your letter or font. You can select if you want it to be mini or dual. And you can select the ground, which, yeah. So now that you have like all of the basics of your level, it's time for if you want to do if you want to make gameplay. So I'm not actually just going to make a full layout here, but there are a few basics of making a layout. So most of the time you want to use these blocks to make it, or these spikes. You can find these in the first page of the spike tab, and these in the first page of the outline page of the outline tab. And you want your clicks, your gameplay, to sync up to the music. So like, that's not a good job of syncing, but you get the point. You want it to sync up to the music. And so now you're ready to, you built your layout, you're ready to build your level, and make the level decoration. Now, I'll just show you the basic triggers for right now. This is the move trigger. When this might be overwhelming, but it's not at all. So, you can mess around with the touch trigger and spawn trigger yourself. I don't actually know how to use the spawn trigger, but yeah. So you select the group, which I'll just do which is right here. Whatever group you would do this, you can switch it and press add, and that's the group you have. So yeah, group 1. Then this is the time that it moves. This is how many blocks you want it. You can also do that if you want it to move 5,000 blocks, but you can just go over what it usually tells you to, or what the scroll bar, by typing it in. So yeah, move Y is up, and then move X is across. So you can I really like to do this to start off my levels. That is not it. It's ease in, then lock to player X, and it goes up some blocks and over some blocks. Like that. Then you can put like an arrow where, but yeah. So that's the basic idea of moving objects. Now, alpha triggers. Same group ID thing. Now the opacity, well, yeah, we'll start with the fade time. The fade time is how long it takes to do the thing that you want it to do. So usually if you want to like change stuff to invisible at the start, you want to do 0 fade time, 0 opacity. And I usually do 0 in this bar. But yeah, it's just your preference. Now this is the same, as I said, this is the same group thing. And you can like, so like, well actually no, that's the toggle trigger, but like it makes stuff invisible. So concentrate on this wall while I'm going past this thing. You can see it. It disappears, but it's still actually there. And you can also make it so stuff reappears with it. So, now, the toggle trigger. Wait, I'm just gonna put like this to actual use. The toggle trigger actually just gets rid of stuff on the screen. So it's the same group mechanic. And most of the time you just put in the group and wherever you want it to disappear. So like that's where the trigger is. And so if I put a spike wall here, usually you would die. But if I make toggle 3 right here, then this group 3, then it disappears where the toggle trigger is. So, and why does that say best run 106%? What? Okay. So, yeah. Now, the rotate trigger is one. You can do a center group if you want it to be spinning like around something. So you can do center group, whatever's in the center of the blocks, then they'll spin around like this. But with this, which I like doing because it's chaotic, you can do 10 times 360 and just do like a spike. So you'll just be like, well, what? Sorry, I'm not an experienced creator, but you saw that spun like a lot. So, yeah. Maybe I'll just like chill that out a little bit. Yeah, that. Okay. So now I guess we could do the shake trigger, then we'll do the color trigger, which I forgot, but it's very simple. So shake, just whatever strength. I recommend, like, if you want it to be subtle, 1.5 or below. Obviously not 0. Or like 1.5 or 1. Or through 1. If you want it to be like an actual decent shake, 1.5 through 4, I would say. So I'm just gonna do like that, somewhere in the middle. Interval, I don't really think that matters that much. Then duration, that's just how long the shake actually is. So, let's see. Yeah, that shake. So, Now the most simple, or the most like, the one where you probably need to know this a lot. The color trigger. So color ID, this is background, ground 1, ground 2, so basically ground, line of the object, and the 3D lines, which again, probably won't use. So you could just change the background. This is the fade time, which is the same thing. You can just like how long it actually needs. Opacity, I haven't really found a use for that. Touch trigger, you can figure that out yourself. So, yeah. So it like changes the colors. But if you actually want the color ID, remember the color channels that we talked about? Well, yeah. So these are the color channels. You can get more, as you can see. You can just go up, and those are all of your color channels. But I'm just gonna do 2. 2, and that changes the color. So that is color ID 2. So now I can change that to white, as you can see, with this trigger. So, yeah. So, like the other triggers, I don't think you're gonna really use that much. Well, these are all triggers for block transitions. Doesn't really matter the one you use. BG effect, on and off. Just if you want, like, in sections where it has a black BG, which is background, there's like these little particles. This turns it off. This turns it on. And I don't actually think, yeah, well, it's just, yeah. Hide makes your cube or player go invisible. Show makes it, well, you could probably guess it, reappear. And this, there's like a cube trail. If you, it only shows up here, but you can see that cube trail. Then this disables the cube trail. Okay. So these are all the triggers. Now, block design, which is my worst thing. So sorry if this is bad, but yeah, whatever. So I am just gonna go with a basic block design. Because I'm not the best creator. I'm not the best creator ever. So, like, obviously, you could get a better block design influence because there are actually experienced creators that make tutorials. But, yeah. So you have these outlines. Then, I recommend finding something in this tab that you find glow that you can just put somewhere. It doesn't matter where, just like somewhere on the structure. So I'm just gonna put like glow like this over my thing, and you don't need glow, but I just think glow kind of looks cool. You can just like do this, and you can change the color of it by selecting all of it like that, then selecting the color channel for it you want. So like that. That doesn't actually look good, but whatever. Now I personally like to go to these white blocks over here, then just place them around for right now. Actually, no, don't. I lied. You actually want to get a color channel for one first. So just put a block, one of these white blocks. To do this design, put one of these light blocks right here. Select a color channel for it. Drag it into here, then copy and paste it, and just put it all around here. And that fills in the color. Now, the next thing you want to do to make this block design is go into the chain tab, scroll all the way over here, and get to these things. Now, I'm going to make these black just because to make them easier to see. You can just, usually you wouldn't use like light blue for this, so it would look way better usually, but yeah, like light blue on the, like, whatever. This is just the basic idea. So, you want to just put these kind of creatively all over the place. Just wherever you want them to go. And yes, you can make stuff look way better with this. This is just like bare bones. You just want to put these all over the place. Kind of. Like this. Or this is just an example, but yeah, kind of like this. And it does take a little bit to place all of these, but when you do, it kind of looks cool. So I forgot to mention the sponsor. I have a sponsor. The sponsor of this video is Happy Hats, which you can find on Etsy. And it sells handmade hats, and it's gonna be sponsoring my videos for a while because like everybody in my class works there, so I could have done this way quicker, like this changing color thing, but yeah. Yeah, everybody in my class works there, so that's why they are, sponsor me for so long. And yeah, it's a business that makes hats, and they are handmade. So I'm actually not sure what the prices are, but that doesn't really that matters. But that doesn't really matter for the sponsorship. So, yeah, go buy one. Now you have the basic, like, thing. So now, I like adding some of these just all around. Like this. And this looks terrible, but I'm going with it. I can, yeah, this is just the basic idea. So, while I'm changing these color channels, I'm just gonna explain it. So, you can add on to this, but this is kind of just the bare bone idea. Next, you want a saw design, and I have two. One is very basic, only requires two objects. It's this. Get it down here. And you turn the base, you'll see base and detail up here. You turn the base to a white color channel and the detail to a black color channel. Then you go over to the block page, and it is, so you see these at start, then you flip 2 pages and you're there. And this is the first saw design. Then the second is more complex. I made this one up myself. You do that. Then size one of these up. Do that. And do that. Then you get one of these things. And do that. And you want to mess around with the color channels a bit. I'm just going to do blue because I already have those as color channels. And it's my favorite color. It kind of does end up looking like a ninja star. I think it's kind of cool. I personally like, sorry if this is, I've just started 2 sentences. Okay, first sentence. I'm sorry if this is a little bit boring. I just like, building tutorials most of the time are boring, so deal with it. But, no, actually, I just like, am not fully down with like recording YouTube videos yet, even though I've been doing it for a year. Yeah. So this is your saw design. Put glow behind it. That's just preference. And you can always size this down if you want the same saw but smaller. So you can go to the scale and just size it down. And if you have Mega Hack V7, which is that, you can do absolute scaling, and hopefully this will work. I've never tried this. Oh, that's awkward. Whatever. Okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah, you can just do that then. So, now, there is one more thing to this build tutorial. It is, spike design. I'll show you the one that I like to do. Obviously, you can get more creative with these, but I'm just showing basic ideas. So you put a white spike there, then a shadowy spike there. This shadowy spike, you can't actually interact with it, so don't worry. Get like a color channel that's white with 25 opacity. Put, first, put the color channels that you want. Those look better when they're different. Put the color channels that you want. And I'm actually gonna switch this detail thing around because this doesn't look the best. Alright. And okay. So then you wanna put no, wait, not that. I mean, it is that spike, but one of these inside of it. And make it the same base and detail that you just had. Then you want to put a piece of glow on top of it. Change it to a color. And it's like this. You can do more with this, as always. But this is a basic idea. And actually, there's one more thing. You want a custom orb decoration, usually. So, this is very basic. I just like scaling it all the way down. Then going to this page and going back one, then taking this one in particular and just putting it on top. You can't actually see that in main game, it just is like particles coming up. And then you can find like stuff that like circles around it in here. I'll just do a basic one. This doesn't look the best because, you know, but yeah. I just deleted the particles. Okay, I'm gonna actually do that. I think that'll look cool. Now, yeah. So it's just like, you know, it's just like basic. And yeah. So I'm gonna show a thing that deco attempt right here that I just made a little like a day ago. And yeah. Obviously that looks much better than the level that I just made, but it has the same type of design. So yeah, I am gonna end it off there, and I will see you next video. Bye.